This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. It's one of the most historic games ever, and it's deader than a doornail, and that's Zombicide. I think Cool Mini or Not really made out when they sold the rights to that game. You know, of course, you know, they didn't sell the Marvel and DC properties because they still have a contract for that. But it made me think, out of all the Zombicides, we've had Western Zombicides, we had Zombicide in Space, we had Fantasy Zombicide, we had Zombicide Second Editions, we had Superhero Zombicides, we've had Night of the Living Dead Zombicide. So out of all of those, which ones are really worth keeping? You know, they sold the property to all that stuff, and I just don't think there's a market for it. But I was thinking, you know, and I've gotten rid of a lot of it because it got beaten to death. So, you know, what would you keep if you had it all and had to get rid of a majority of it? And for me, it was pretty simple. I always felt that Zombicide Black Plague was the height of Zombicide. I think that was the best one with the Necromancer and everything like that. Sam and I actually painted a copy for the Dice Tower, and we actually played it live on the Dice Tower, where Sam and I teamed up and we tried to beat a first mission. Drove all the way to Miami for that. And we had a great time with it. And we went, you know, this is pretty good. And it was pretty good. And it was a lot of fun. And then they came out with the Huntsman pack to go with it. And then Wolfsburg, which I thought was very good. I believe there was an orc version for it. And I think that really was the height of Zombicide. Okay? Black Plague was the end-all be-all, because I don't feel that, you know, the original was good. It was new back, God, I was a young man back then, but all those years back. And the only other copy I decided to keep was Night of the Living Dead. I had to look up there. Night of the Living Dead. There was just something that when you put Zombicide and Night of the Living Dead, it just made sense. And I really always felt that there were better zombie games out there besides Zombicide. One of them right behind me, Dawn of the Zeds, from my good friend Herman Luttman. And, you know, if I wanted to play something really you felt pressured, you know, by zombies, I always thought that was good. Last Night on Earth was always very good. I thought that was fun. That was more of a beer pretzel type of thing. Run, Fight, or Die was just fun. Richard Launius, you know, you take zombies and you make it a dice checker, and that was just a blast. And I always felt those games were a bit better, but if I, you know, thinking through, and after I've gotten, you know, Marvel Zombies, I didn't fall for it. Deceased, it just more superhero. I think we're all tired of superhero stuff. I just felt that the two best Zombicides that I was going to keep was Zombicide Black Plague and Night of the Living Dead. I don't know why I keep looking up there, but I always felt that those two really were the best. I liked the Western one. There was just too much with it, and at that point, you know, I felt Zombicide was on a downslide. But, you know, it's pretty much a dead game, and if you had to keep something of it and keep it in your collection, those are the two for me that I really felt worked. There are just too many zombie games. Too many. Too many to choose from, that's for doggone sure. So there you go. Zombicide sold off from Simon after all these years. Actually, a very smart move by them, and congratulations to them. And I really feel that I'm also looking at zombies. I have that giant box. That's actually a lot of fun too. But that's a bit, bit beer pretzel, but a game that I really enjoy. But congratulations to them for selling it off. Hopefully keeping their company alive. Nobody wants to see people lose jobs and stuff like that. And I think that, now that it's kind of officially dead, unless somebody does something really special with it, the two that really fit my mold are Black Plague and Night of Living Dead. And I'll keep those in my collection for as long as I possibly can. Until next time, it was your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.